Hi, welcome to another Studio X video, and today we are going to see the concepts of decisions and iterations in Studio X. So let's create the blank task first and name it as decision and iterations, and click on the create button. Meanwhile, it's creating a workspace for us. Let's see what we are trying to do today. So we have an Excel file and a desktop application. So this is how the application looks like, and this is what we have in the Excel file. So we have a sheet, and in the sheet, we have a column B called cash in. We want to copy the value of each of these rows from the column B cash in and put it into this particular cell of the application. And once we do this, we'll get a transaction number, which we want to copy and paste it into the cell of column E. So this is where the copied value will go. And then next, what we want to do is click on the accept button and enter the another value for another row. So for each of these rows, we want to take column B value, put in the cash in this particular field, take the transaction number and paste it into the E column and click on the accept button. So this is what the iterations means, that you are iterating through the number of rows in an Excel sheet. So let's see how we can do this in the Studio X. So we have the workspace ready. First of all, we'll have to connect with the Excel application. So for which we will be using a use Excel file resource. Drag it here and then connect it with your Excel application. So I'll copy the path where it is. And next is we have to browse to the Excel file path. And here we go. This is the Excel file. Click on the open. And once it has taken the path, your local path where your Excel file is, next thing is that you want to iterate through each of these rows in the Excel. So for this, you will be using an activity called for each row. Go to the Excel card and then you can see that activity. So here it is for each Excel row. Drag it inside the use Excel file resource. So make sure that your further activities that will be using this file are within this particular resource. So next we have this for each Excel row. What it is going to do is it will be taking each row in the Excel file. Now, in which range you want to iterate. So click on the plus button, then you can see the Excel, right? Then as you can see, there we have sheet name. So this is our sheet name and this is our table. So you can directly use the table. So as you can see in the Excel sheet, this is your sheet name and this is your table, which has a name. So now we are using the decisions table in this particular Excel file. It will be iterating and you can click on as headers, which means your first row is not the data. Your first row is the header. So in the first run, the robot will not be picking up the data from this, but will be picking up from this particular row. Now, the next thing that we want to do is for each of these rows, we want to open this application and enter the value, take the value and click on the accept button, for which we will be using another resource, which is use application browser. It helps you to connect with the other applications, which is desktop or the web. So next is we are gonna drag it inside the for each Excel row activity. Now indicate where your application is. So this is the application. So make sure you hover onto your application and you can see this particular blue sign or the blue color being changed to the application. Click anywhere on the screen and it will take the application. So this is the application path and the screen. Now it's done. You have connected with your application. Now next thing that you want to do is put the value inside the application, which is the cash in field. So for this, we'll be using an activity called type into. So go to the activities panel and you can check the type into activity, drag it and use it inside the use application resource. So make sure you are doing the nesting very correctly, because everything that you're doing with the application, which is desktop application, should be within this particular resource. As you can see, use application. So all your interactions with the desktop application should be within this. All your iterations should be within this. And all your, again, if you are taking the data or whatever you are doing with the Excel sheet, should be within the use Excel file resource. So make sure you're doing the nesting very correctly. So yeah, as we can see, now we have to type the value into the screen. So indicate where you want to type. Click indicate target and click on the cash in field. As you can see, it has identified the target. Click on the target, and then you can see it has already taken the anchor, which helps you to identify which text box you want to pick up and you want to write. So click on the confirm button. Once you have done, what do you want to type? So we actually want to type my current row column B value. So we are going to do the same thing. Click on the plus button and say current row, and the column name is a cache in, right? So cache in column name, this. So now next thing what we have to do is we have done the typing. Next is we wanted to get the text. So for this, we'll be using a get text activity. There we go. And again, use it inside this particular scope only. And get text, you want to get this text. We are done. This is the target and this is the anchor. Click on the confirm button once you are done. And where do you want to save it? You can save it anywhere. Or right now, what we want to do is in the current row, transaction number column is where we want to save it, right? So this is what we want to indicate, that all the value that we're taking from the transaction, this particular field, should be within this particular column. So this is what we have done now. Once get text is done, next is we want to click on the accept button. And for which we have an activity called click. Drag it again inside the same resource and indicate this is your accept button, right? And here we go, we are done. So yes, we are iterating through each row, putting the value from the each row and from the cache in column and taking the transaction number and clicking on the accept button. So this is what is known as the iterations, when you repeat a number of actions for a number of time. And yeah, so this is all done. So let's see how the robot performs this action by clicking on run button. So I'll keep both of the things open and click on the run button. There we have Excel and there we have the sheet. The robot has started the first value, second, for the third row. You can see the transaction numbers are different. They're ending with 92, 93, 94, 95. So it is actually taking the correct number from the transaction numbers. And even also if you can see from the column B, it is putting the exact values. So currently 197, 187 then, and then 191. It should be, yes, and then it should be 123. And we are done. So this is done. We have done the iterations part. Now let's do the if conditions here. If you want to make your robots intelligent and you want to decide something, and based on the decision you want to perform some kind of actions, then we have an activity known as if condition. So if you go to the activities panel and if you search if, so you can see it evaluates a condition using the condition builder and executes the branch accordingly. So you can make your robot smarter by taking the decisions in such a way. Now, what we're going to do is if the transaction number is already filled, then do not process the particular item. If it is filled, then only go to the application and process it. So for this, let's do small changes and delete some of the values from this. So now, if E, which means the column E, if it has a value, then comment should be already processed. And if it is not filled or it is empty, then process it into the desktop application. So let's do this. For this, now we are iterating. So let me do it again for the convenience. So we'll be connecting with the Excel application. Then we will be iterating each row using the for each Excel row. And then inside this, when we are at the current row inside the iterations, then we have to check if the column E is empty or not. So for this, we will be dragging the condition here, right? And if you see the condition is here, you can create, and this is the condition builder. By clicking on plus button, you can actually see the condition builder sign. Now go this and say if your column B, current row, and sorry, the transaction number is your column that you want to check. So if your current row transaction number is empty, so you can see there are so many conditions you can choose from, but right now we need is empty. So if it is empty, it means if the condition is true, then this will be performed. If the condition is false, then you can see show else, then this will be performed. So for the condition true, here we go. If the condition is false, this is where we go. Now, if the transaction number is empty, then we want to perform the particular actions, which is going to application, clicking on putting the cash in value, and clicking on, taking the transaction number and click on the exit button. So these are the set of actions we want. So if the transaction number column is empty, then we want to perform this action. But if it is already performed and it has a value, then we want the comment section to be updated that already performed. So if the condition is true, then we want this to be performed, right? So click and drag it here. It's done. And then what we want to do is we want to update the column H if the value in this particular cell, which is column E, is already being processed. So let's go back to the Studio X and go to the Excel card, and you can see a right cell activity. And if you go down, there you go, the right cell, drag it in the else condition. So now what you want to write, you can say text, you want to write already processed, and then click on the save button. And then where do you want to write is in the current row, and column is the comment. This is done. Now, as you can see, we are done with the if conditions as well. So if you see overall what our robot is going to do, it will be iterating the each row in this Excel. And if the transaction number is empty, then it's going to perform the actions in the desktop application, which is this one. And if this particular E column already has a value, then it has to update the comment section by saying it has been already processed. So let me go back and click on the run button. And there we go. This is an Excel file and this is the application. Okay, now 31, then it should pick 124 next. As you can see, it is skipping the rows for which the transaction E column is already filled or has been already processed. So for those conditions, it should actually update the comment section. So here you go. For all the rows where it was already updated, it has said already processed. And if not, it has actually updated and taken the value from the application. So this is what all about the Decision and Iteration Studio X. Thank you.